All right, I've been waiting all morning. Wanted to grab it back here. This is part that's kind of bothering me. I like how this is weakened up over here. It may pull back and stop me out. If it does, it does. I like the way this has remained open to the upside. It's just I'm sitting at the spot that it could pull back to again, stop me out and go. The way it's pulled down a bunch of times and it hasn't followed through to the downside, and it's remained open to the upside. This ticks off. I'm going 2 ticks behind here, which I may do anyways just to have a point instead of a 1.25 in risk. I really like the way the 10.946 is looking for this. Go ahead and move it up just 1 tick. It's in the wrong place. I need to wait. I need to wait till this pops up. And I did wait through all this. There were times that I did want to enter down here. This pullback right here is a good one for continuation. This zero line is a little bit of a concern for me, but it's very weak Bollinger Bands to the downside. And it's just starting to cross that bottom Bollinger Band here, but this has really good chances to push up. I like the way these EMAs never cross to the downside. Alright, I like the way this MACD is starting to pop up on the 610. It's not there. We still have 230 ticks left, but look at the way this MACD is starting to pop up right here. It's really beautiful for it. I want it to pop past this area before I move this risk up. I keep holding on to it. I'm going to go ahead and move it there because it's got good tendencies to pop up. It's just not doing it yet. This zero line's really the only thing that's holding me back. I don't like the way this has shown strength to the downside, but it is starting to slow here. And just in case you're curious, you don't see anything over here, this one is set on my simulation. This one is set to my live account. Alright. Oh, it didn't close past that area. I needed to pull up and close past there. Just kind of hanging out there. This zero line still holding. You still have purple BBs here. Really, it pushed past here. I really need it to close past there. Something I want to look at. Let's just for funsies. Way up here. Could you imagine if it went all the way up there? It would be beautiful, huh? What I'm anticipating is this to pull up and either push through here or give me a little bit of divergence. It's moving so slow that it can help you, or it can scare you out a little bit. Give you a little bit of fear. It's not pushing through here. Not just yet. We really want to see this push up with some strength. Pop through here. Here we go. The first 2-point target is right here. Just a little more space to run. I think this is going to be a good one. Let's see. I do have my finger on a close button on another chart that you can't see off to the side. Oh, I don't want this here. I like the way these are popping up here behind this little spot. I feel like I've got my risk so close. I kind of do. I'm just going to let it do its thing here for a few minutes though. Just really would love to see it just pop up here past this area that's just been holding things up for a little bit. Point for a minute. I know I keep moving things around. When things are really slow, I get, I don't want to say impatient, but you know, we as a society believe that we should be busy doing something all the time. So I think moving it is part of my keeping me busy idea. Alright. Let's keep going. Flip Dory. Just keep swimming. Yeah, looking good for continuing up towards this, at least the last high, which is at a 3-point mark. Move this up. 1, 2 behind right here. That's good. Still got fingers on the close button just in case. We're still outside here. We're slowing down just a little bit. The MACDs are just starting to get inside here. I think we've got just a little bit of oomph left in this. Not loving this one right here. It's slowing down and rolling in. It's so much easier just to hold these when you wait for something that you're more confident in. You know, had I got in back here, I would have been really concerned with the zero lines and all that jazz. Right now, I may even move this to a break even soon, although it could really just pull right back into here. I'd just rather not. I'm almost at the 2-point mark. Another thing that happens when I move it to break even is I can't see the numbers, and that actually helps me out in staying focused on what's happening instead of staying focused on what the numbers are. Besides, if it pulled back 2 points right now, I would not want it to stop me out with a loss. So be like, take it at break even, Lord. Stuff right below the, right at it, that high. But you got some strength pulling away still. So I'm going to give this just a little bit longer. One thing I can do just to be certain, I'll take my 2 points here. I think that was a 1.75 maybe, which that works too. I'm sitting at a break even. So if it pulls back, not really concerned with it. I think I took it out right at 2 points. And because I have a little bit of confidence in this, I'll have to go back to that other one. I'm just going to pull this up to 100%. We're just going to watch what happens. Now I am sitting right at a beautiful spot for it to pull back, touch and take off. So I'm very aware of that. The actual spot to be would probably be right behind here. But I'm not even going to lose anything if it pulls back. I'm just going to let it do what it's doing. Right here, it's still pulling up. Well, let me go back to this just so it's kind of out of the way here. There's going to be a retracement. There has to be. Major, major potential for divergence at this high. Okay. Actually spread this out just a bit so I can get a little better idea of what it's doing. What we're going to do if this takes off to the upside is we're going to move right behind here. This is going to be a long video today, but I'm letting this puppy run. So if I move this here right now, it's very weak EMAs opening to the upside. It's a good spot for it to pull back to, which may stop me out. I don't want to do that, but I want to be patient. If I see that this doesn't push through here and it rolls down, I will. I mean, it is rolling down now, but I want to be patient, see if this is going to pop back up or really give a roll to the downside. If it does, then I'll go ahead and take the exit. If it doesn't, then we know when we're moving our risk. Still 181 ticks left in that, so I want to be patient. What happens a lot of times is I'm not patient. I exit early, and I leave a lot of profit on the table. Leaving profit on the table is not hurtful by any means. It's absolutely okay. It just messes with your psyche a little bit. I like the way the 1597, I'm just going to go ahead and move that. Staying outside. This one concerns me just a little bit. This one just a hair. Ooh, the way that just rolled down. That one didn't pop through, but this next one might. Let's see what happens. Question is, do I take it back to a break even? Do I sit behind here? It didn't pop through just yet. I want to wait till closer to the end of this one, but it looks like we may be coming to the end of this particular move. All right, and that's why patience pays off. Still closing towards the top. What's happening is it's closing towards the top, but this BB really needs, for me to feel comfortable to stay in this much longer, I need it to pop back up and stay outside. Can a few of them roll inside? Yes. But these closes towards the top and this not pushing through shows a little bit of disagreeing. And what happens with disagreeing is divergence potentials and things like that. We do have a major potential for divergence here, which may push the market back down. But it's not divergence yet. I'm anticipating that it will be. It's just going to take a little while. Maybe come up towards here. The MACDs end up about this point and then push down. I guess we have to just wait and see. Who ticks behind here? It hasn't pushed past it. But I'm going to be a little more aggressive with my risk right now, simply because I'm way past the 2-point mark and I'm sitting right at a resistance area that held. What happens to resistance areas? We look to break through, pull back to it for it to become support. Here we are at this resistance area, not breaking through just yet. Oh, it's trying so hard. It's got signals for me to exit this, guys. Pull this down so I can get a little bit better look at this. Didn't push through here. Do like the way that these are closing at the top. I think if it pulls back, it's such a difficult decision right now. Do I take my 2 points and run, or do I remain patient? I'm going to remain patient for just a moment. Push this back off. Going down this bottom Bollinger Band. Haven't crossed it. I know 2,700 will be a difficult number just because it's an even number. So we'll put that there for now. You know, go on, take the money and run. Stuck in my head right now. Actually preparing to pull my risk up one more tick. Just bring it in tighter. We're at a really tight spot to get out. What I mean by that is, you know, you've had this little bit of a support area, and we have a fairly, I don't want to call it a major resistance area, but we've stopped there. It's pulled down. What's happened at every resistance area so far? We break through it. So I'm not expecting, just because we've broken through so many other resistance areas, that this one is going to happen too. But we still have strength to the upside here. We're well above the zero line here. We're well above the zero line here. I don't like that this didn't push through. I need this to pop up. Just pop up. What I won't like it to do is come back, touch this, and go. That's what I don't want to see happen. But if it does, and we've got a 1.25 as our stop. So I really want to move it up to 2704, but I know 2700 is going to be a tough number to break through just because psychologically it's an even number. And that may be what's holding us up because we're getting close to it. I may just go ahead and take my target. I'm thinking about it. I've been thinking about it for a little bit, but I really think if I do, it's a fear-based exit. This says we are still continuing up. This says we still have a little bit of a chance. It would literally be letting the 610 run me. I'm just pulling my risk in just a little bit tighter each time. You know, it's funny. So let's look at how this is doing its thing. Let's see where some of these numbers line up. Ooh, right at that 100 point. Pushing through. I need to come back and get a little bit more strength before it does. I feel like if I have it at this low, that I'm not giving it enough space. 1.25 locked in. This went back to blue. Oh, purple, blue, purple, blue. Being a big baby. Oh well. I do not like the way the MACDs are pushing down pretty hard right now. This may just pull back, give me what I need, and push off from there. Oh, crud, I thought that was at 2 points. But, you know, it is what it is. I think that resistance area is just holding for now. It might give us a good little push back down and keep going. These MACDs right here were part of it, just the way that they've broken through this bottom Bollinger Band. Or maybe I just did not have the cojones to hold on a little bit longer. I'm good with it though. 3.75 points. I had my risk right here at this low. It had touched me right now. If I'd had it one more tick, it would have been right here, which is our next spot to anticipate the bounce. Just to kind of pull back into it and go. So that's it for now. Maybe we'll come back a little bit later. Okay, so this has done exactly what I anticipated, which was to pull down to the EMA. It would have, with how tight I was pulling in my risk, it definitely would have taken me out. It's tough. It's right into that resistance. I think this may push a little bit further. I really like that. And this is very weak down. You see the strength down here. Look at the weakness down. What I want to see is, yeah, it's still riding that line. Hasn't really crossed it. It's still really riding that line. Could it? Yeah. Maybe I just wanted to go up because I had this anticipations of it being up here. But I have a student to be with anyways. So I took one trade. I got 2 points here, 1.75. I let the fear of the MACDs coming to the downside. And, guys, like I said, I'm not a freaking guru. I have been positive every day. Well, no, I had one negative day, right? No, it was very close to negative. So that's how much I pay attention. If I pay attention to that too much, then I'm really concerned about the money and not the right thing to do. So, oh, no. I did have a couple of negative days. That was back when the hurricane hit, and my head was completely out of the game. And I took a step away for a while and I actually didn't trade for a little bit because I was very, very frustrated. But now I have come back to it. And, good God, with the cryptocurrencies and the Bitcoin and all this stuff, and these people thinking that they're going to just make millions of dollars off of that. I think everybody's just there's been some people stepping back and stepping away for a while. But, it'll come back before long. So I'm going to get on my call and I'm going to stop this video. Maybe I'll come back and take another trade after. Patience. Patience is what creates everything. I had my risk set at 96.25, which would have definitely hit right here. Yep. Just a little patience on everything. Patience is what gets you through everything. Seeing the possibilities for the pullback here, taking the exit back here, not waiting, or, I think what I did here is what I tell people not to do. I moved in my risk too tight, knowing where it could come back and touch, and I didn't take my exit whenever it gave me very clear, well, yes, I did. When it crossed that bottom Bollinger Band, it's like, all right, I'm out. Did I give it more than one bar? It was on the second bar, yeah, because you have to wait to see when that happens. Yeah, so it was the next one that I exited immediately. No, it was on that bar. Yes, it was on the next one. So, it is what it is, and that's all there is. So, but I'm going to wrap this up for now. I'm going to get with my student. If this breakthrough pulls back, gives me another entry, then I'll take it again. Me personally, I don't want to trade just for principles right back into the resistance area after I did get a bounce off of it. Was it a bounce enough to say that it's changing the entire trend of the market? Nope. We have strong EMAs open to the upside. So, yeah, that is what's going on.